Hey guys, it's Creative Tea and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going on this journey of figuring out and learning how to do gouache, however you pronounce it, because honestly I don't know. But this is my first time ever using this medium. I decided to give it a try because I am someone that likes painting with acrylics, and I heard a lot about gouache, I see a lot about it, and I don't know, it appealed to me for whatever reason. So I decided to do a entry welcome page into my new sketchbook, and so I am painting a Hobbit door because I love Lord of the Rings, so why not? And I'll be honest, oh man guys, this was a huge learning process. I obviously did not know what I was doing, if you couldn't tell, in the first whole beginning of this video. I had a lot of trial and error with this. Like I said, I am learning how to do gouache. I don't actually know how to do it, so I decided to go big and go home. You know, that's usually how we do things around here. So I started off with like a wash layer initially, but that obviously didn't do anything for me. So I just went in with a darker green and then I went over it again. So honestly, what was the point of that? And here I am trying to get the little like wood pieces in the door. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm just trying to get it to look like wooden Hobbit doors, if that kind of makes sense. So I'm going in with a couple like shades of green, and I have like a light green, a dark green, and then like a really, really dark green, almost black. And so that's kind of what I did. And then I just kind of fast forward through the rest because you guys didn't need to see me struggle. I promise it wasn't that interesting. So this is where I started to use that dark green, almost black color to kind of get more details into the wood panels. Like I said, I really wanted to make it look like the Hobbit door, and so this is where I thought it was finally starting to come together and look like one. Especially when then next I start to add in a little bit of lighter green to add in more details and some highlights, and I really felt like it was starting to pop at this point, which is exciting because I was getting a little bit discouraged, and I had to keep reminding myself that like I'm not going to be a pro at it my first time like attempting gouache, and then like I have to push through those ugly phases. So, and I think that's like the motto of this entire thing, is pushing through the ugly phases, because especially when you're brand new to something, you're not just going to get it right away. And I feel like that's what happens with a lot of new artists, or even just like anyone trying something new, is it gets too hard or it doesn't look the way you want it to look, and then we give up. But in the end, like if you kind of just push through, you might accomplish what it is that you're trying to do, or at least get close to it. But regardless, it's always a learning experience. So I feel like that's not too bad of a thing to explore. But yeah, in an effort to not ramble on throughout this entire video, I'm going to just kind of pop in and out saying different things, talk about my experience with this, what I learned my first time using gouache. This is not going to be a tutorial, guys, because like I said, this is my first time doing it. I don't have any tips or tricks to give out right now. I'm just going to talk about my experience and how it felt doing it. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and let this kind of do a time lapse for a little bit, and I will be back in with you guys in a second. finished with these bricks, which I gotta say, at this point of the painting, I was like, okay, I think we might be getting somewhere. I don't think this is looking too bad, and I was overall pretty proud of it. But I want to kind of talk about what I found to be one of the most challenging parts with learning gouache. And that definitely has to be figuring out the consistency of the paints and what consistency that you need in order to, I guess, like lay down a layer, but then blend the colors and different things like that, because that is where I struggled. And you're gonna see it literally right here, because what I struggled with here was just getting a nice, clean, opaque layer to put over this page to kind of lay down the foundations for the background. And I know what my issue was, like, you know, later on, but like at the time I did not like realize. I'm like, why is this streaky? Why won't this look good? The reason why it is so streaky and did not look good is because gouache is water activated basically. And so like watercolor, you need to add water to it, and that's like how you get it going pretty much. If you don't add water to it, then it's really, really opaque, and it's kind of like more on that acrylic side. But the struggle that I found was that I wanted it to like, I guess like cover enough of the page, but like be smooth and not streaky. The reason why it's streaky is because I added too much water. So in the end, it worked out, but like the streakiness, oof, it was getting me. This is where I really wanted to honestly just throw in the towel, rip this page out, and pretend that I'm not even gonna do a welcome page, honestly. But I'm glad that I stuck out. I'm glad that I figured it out, because honestly, when I started editing the foliage in, it came all together, and I feel like it took away from the noisiness of the streaks, if that kind of makes sense. Again, this is a learning experience, and we're just trying to figure it out. So yeah, I think something that, like, if you're going to try learning this medium and you've never done it before, don't be like me. Don't go big, don't go home like I am. Start a little bit smaller and really figuring out the consistencies, because I think before I do my next painting, I am going to play around with the consistencies and like learning how to blend a little bit better, but then also figuring out like, how do I get a nice opaque covering on a sheet of paper or whatever it is that I'm painting on, or on canvas and stuff like that. Because I do want to eventually use this paint for bigger pieces, like actually like painting on canvas to put on my wall and everything. So I'm going to use my sketchbook as practice to hopefully work my way up to that. But yeah, so that's pretty much the struggle that I had the whole entire time with gouache. And as you can see, the streakiness of it, I know it does not look good here, but guys, just trust the process. So this is where I think it started to really come together, and honestly, it started to look so pretty, and this is where I was getting excited. I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm not going to talk your ear off at this point just because I feel like it's just kind of relaxing to watch, so I don't want to like kill the vibe or anything. Basically what I did is the shades that I used in the background, I start stippling in like different areas. So I wanted to get depth. I really wanted to look like you were like looking at some foliage, some bushes and stuff like that. So I just start by literally just putting dots everywhere, and I work my way up, and I just keep adding to where I see necessary. Then I go with a lighter color, and then a lighter color, and so on and so forth. So for now, I'm gonna just let you guys watch it and hopefully enjoy it, and then I will kind of peek back in when I start adding in the flowers. Okay, it is flower time, and basically I had a reference picture and I just kind of used that to figure out where I wanted to place different things. And so I started out with these big circles and then I did little stipples. I don't know my flowers. I don't know my plants. So please don't ask me what it is that I'm trying to like achieve or what plants I'm trying to like have it look like. I have no idea. All I know is that it was cute, okay? So I just go through and I just add in the red and then I put like the highlights again. What I found with this technique was just basically you just had to pile the colors on top of each other. You had to start dark and then work your way to light. And I think that is what ended up working the best for me. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how you do gouache anyway. Yeah, I think so. I don't know, whatever. But it's worked for me, and I was like, okay, once I kind of figure out these like little blobs, these shapes, I felt like it started to come together. Do they look like actual flowers? No, they don't, but it gives the illusion of flowers, and I think that is what I like really enjoyed about this. It kind of giving me like little Studio Ghibli vibes, and I love Studio Ghibli, so I don't know. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with how these like plants looked and how the flowers were. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to ramble now, so I'll go ahead and stop talking and just let you guys finish watching these pretty flowers, and I'll be back when I start doing the font. Back already. Sorry about it, guys. I just realized that this is the end of the video pretty much, so I just wanted to go ahead and thank you guys so much for watching this. If you made it this far, I know I was a little bit all over the place when I was talking, but I honestly didn't know what to talk about, so I think next time I'm going to make sure that I have a game plan and maybe like a topic of what to talk about. Either it's like the book I'm reading, the show I'm watching, whatever it is. But I'm gonna say too that I do plan to do more videos like this in the future of me learning different mediums, or even just familiarizing myself with this medium further. So if you are interested in this kind of thing and watching the trial and error of an artist really kind of just learn her groove and learn how to do different things, give me a follow. Comments, something, interact, I don't know, whatever your heart desires. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the painting. You're about to see it right now, and without further ado, I have nothing more to say, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all. Bye.